The Adam Gravitz Sports Show.
What's happening, party people? Welcome to the Adam Gravitz Sports Show. This is Jack. Say hello, Adam.
Yeah, what's going on? Just watching basketball, so we had no more football. So this will be my life for the next couple months. But basketball,
this is my life.
Can't wait.
Just complaining that you bet on UVA basketball and they failed.
No, just
you.
I just am bad. Yeah, you don't need to mention my gambling. It's just like, it's my money. It just sucks.
Well, if you can't find something to complain about, what do you have to do?
Yeah, no, I'm just a mush. Whenever I say somebody's going to do well, they don't. They just do the opposite. So that's what you should know. So if I say like somebody's going to do well,
George Costanza rule. You got to go the opposite.
Pretty much, I'm a mush. Yeah. So really, that's simple.
Always bet against Adam.
Pretty much. That would be the number one thing I'd say.
Well, I mean, because you cleaned up in your Super Bowl gambling.
I did not, but nobody did. I read Vegas.
You picked all the things.
Vegas won big. No, Vegas won big because apparently nobody's player props actually like. None of the most people apparently had said like bet the overs on the player props, and basically outside like Kelsey, nobody hit. So yeah, they cleaned up. Yeah, is what it is. I mean, I guess great. I guess we have to discuss the Super Bowl. I mean, I don't really want to get into it that much. I mean, Patrick Mahomes is fucking awesome. Don't bet against him. Like when he's a plus money person, probably take him. Kyle Shanahan's a fucking idiot, doesn't know rules, and yeah.
Well, let's talk about the don't know rules.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you. He doesn't know rules. What are you talking about? He doesn't know rules.
Are you suggesting
they literally said he didn't know the rule? He didn't know the rule.
I read that he said that he wanted to have the third up.
The what?
So if they,
you do understand that they were going to go for two regardless, right? That's what they said.
Who said that?
The Chiefs.
Doesn't matter.
They weren't going to get a third up, genius.
Why would they?
They weren't getting a third up.
Okay, well that's just what he said.
Then he's an idiot.
I'm pretty sure he knows what the overtime rules are.
Because literally the players said we didn't know the rules.
Well, the players don't have to know the rules as long as the coaches
do. Okay. Let me ask you a question. How many football games have you watched in your life?
Thousands.
Thousands? Mm-hmm. How many times has a team taken the ball on the coin toss? Nobody.
Up until a couple years ago, winning the coin toss was you wanted to get the ball.
Oh my God.
That being said, no, last ups is what you want. You want last ups.
He's an idiot. Why can't you just say it? Kyle Shanahan fucked up. My God.
No, it's
not hard to say it.
I was perplexed by but that to me wasn't his only coaching malfeasance.
No, I understand that. I'm talking about just in the overtime
moment. Look, the fact they got it.
He's done this now 3 times. 3 times the man has had leads in the Super Bowl and fucked him up.
Yeah.
I don't know what else there's to say about Kyle Shanahan. Great, in the regular season, can't win the big one. He can't.
Well, he was relying on a middle of the road quarterback to defeat
everybody knows
an elite.
Yeah, they didn't use their tight end who I think led the NFL in receiving yards.
Yeah. McCaffrey
had a ton of touches, but they weren't getting good holes for him.
No, they had untimely turnovers.
So yeah, I mean the turn, but also Kansas City had the untimely turnover too with Pacheco.
But
no, the point is, Shanahan is I don't know what else there is to say about Kyle Shanahan. This is what he does, unfortunately. Yeah, good.
Yeah, it's just to me that I care less about the overtime than I do the fact that they couldn't punch it into the end zone in overtime. That to me was malpractice. Again, and everyone's like, the extra point was bad. I think that was pretty big. I think that missing the extra point was better because KC would have scored a touchdown and won it in regulation.
The point is,
I know that
this is what
you can't give Mahomes the ball with any time on the clock.
The Chiefs are Alabama. The Chiefs are the Patriots. Everyone, whenever they play them, seem to always just make mental mistakes and just fuck up. No, they always do it. Everyone did it against Alabama. Everyone did it against the Patriots. For some reason, whenever they play the Chiefs, anyone plays the Chiefs, they forget how to play football.
Yeah.
And they forget, they don't do what they've been doing. They don't
everyone's pressing.
Everyone presses. So until a team, the only team that hasn't pressed against them is the Bengals. Everybody else just presses against them. The Ravens. Ravens should have won the game. I mean, but they fucked up.
Both the Ravens and the 49ers did not commit to running the football.
I mean, the Niners did in the second half to an extent.
Well, yes, did they? Because the third quarter, they had 3 possessions for minus 4 yards or whatever.
The point is, it was what it was. It was it was a game. I don't think it was a great Super Bowl. I think 3 quarters of it sucked. I think it was a good fourth quarter in overtime. I don't think it was a great Super Bowl.
No, it was.
It wasn't an exciting Super Bowl.
It was a quality ending.
It's fine. Yeah,
but
it was fine.
The first 3 quarters was a snooze fest.
It was it was a snooze fest. So it is what it is.
I thought it was interesting when Spagnuolo brought max pressure.
Yeah,
Purdy pooped his pants.
This is what he is. He's not a bad quarterback. He's an average quarterback. That's what he is. He's basically like he's like Tua. He has a great supporting cast, and it's like if you put Brock Purdy on this year's Commanders team, he'd suck. Yeah. He's like Tua. I mean, again, I think Tua's a better talent than Brock Purdy. They're like similar players.
To me, he's a poor man's Kirk Cousins with fewer turnovers.
I mean, I guess, yeah, that's fine.
He's the 14th best quarterback in football.
Brock Purdy needs a great supporting cast to do what he does, and Patrick Mahomes didn't have a good supporting cast at all this year. So I mean, it is what it is.
Hardman and
he just knows
Marcus Valdez-Scantling. Like, I mean, come on.
Yeah, I mean, and Patrick Mahomes Purdy had
nice.
Ayuk, Debo Samuel, and George Kittle and Christian McCaffrey and couldn't win. So I mean, there's something wrong with But whatever, it is what it is. I don't it sucks there's no more football now for 7 months, but
I'm okay with it. My team stinks.
I mean, I'm not okay with it, but
you'll get over it.
I'm sure I will.
We've got the combine coming up soon and the draft. You'll love all that stuff.
I guess that's fair. Yeah, and I get Florida State had 12 guys selected to the combine, but they still weren't good enough to make the playoffs. Just want to make that point clear. I guess it's 12. I guess Jordan Travis was cloned 12 times. Is that how it happened?
Yeah,
just saying. Just want to point that out.
Yeah, that's for
sure.
Still
weren't invited, but had, I think, tied for the 3rd most people invited to the combine.
That's nice. I love sports. I think Maryland has 4 guys going to the combine. Talia was not invited, which I don't think matters for him.
He's not good.
He's also not a combine freak. He's not going to do anything exciting.
He's also a 7th round pick, regardless if he goes to the combine or doesn't.
It's fine.
At best, he's a 7th round pick.
Wow, at best.
Yeah, he's Jack. He's not good.
He's gonna be on the Dolphins in the 6th round.
He might great if he's a practice squad player for us. Fine, he's not going to beat out.
He will beat
Skylar
out
Thompson. He's not going to beat out
Thompson.
No, he won't. But anyway, that's football. I mean, again, I don't really want to get into a Super Bowl recap because it is. I don't care.
I think we just did.
Okay, fine. I know you want to talk about your fucking moral victory. I
want to follow up on the spread we had.
Love doing that.
The wings that you brought over. And talk about how at Wingstop, the number 3 rated wings of Heat, they were not that hot.
I don't think they were. I may have been wrong. They may not have been number 3 rated. I may have read it wrong, but they just were they were good.
No, they
weren't. But they weren't spicy.
Mm-hmm. I was expecting a little hotter, but that's fine.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping for too. No, I want to get into your moral victory.
The Wizards?
That's what you love. You love talking about moral victories. That's you and every loser in the DMV. Let's talk about moral victories. Let's talk about moral victories. That's what you love doing. Go ahead, moral victory boy.
I don't
moral
think
victories.
All right, so post trade deadline where Gafford left the team and
for a first round pick,
which is great, and we talked about that.
It's great. I'm sure we'll draft another European a Turkish player that won't come over for 3 years. But go ahead.
We don't do that anymore.
Really? We just did that in the 2nd round this past year, but okay, we'll keep on.
We don't do that anymore now.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see if I'll believe it when I see it, but go ahead.
We don't do that anymore now. But, the Wizards have seemed to play with spunk despite still losing their games. Denny's putting up 20 and 6 every game recently, which is nice. I don't know. Poole stinks. Still,
listen. If you want, listen. Well, I'll cut you off right here. If I'm going to give a grade to the guy, I'll give him a C. That's what he's got. He gets a C.
Which guy?
The new interim coach. He gets a C.
Oh, I give him a C minus.
No, I'll give him a C.
He's nothing.
He gets a C because he's at least kind of allowed the young guys to do some stuff. My problem is this, and it will continue to be a problem. If I have to hear one more fucking person say, I don't want wins, stop talking about that. We're locked into a bottom 14. So stop talking. If we get one win, God forbid, it's not going to blow up the team.
Yeah.
Stop playing Jordan Poole. I'm sorry. You are doing a disservice to every player on this team by continuing to start a guy who's averaging over his last 10 games 8 points on 27% shooting. I'm sorry. Stop playing him. Just stop. Stop doing it. I don't want to hear it. I'm tired of this shit. They could have won these games and I can't believe I'm actually saying this, if Kispert was starting. But they don't. They keep on starting Jordan Poole. They keep on letting Jordan Poole do whatever the fuck Jordan Poole wants. And I'm done. I'm done with it. That's why Brian Keefe, or whatever his fucking name is, like, he has no balls. And I don't want to hear, it's a thing from the front office saying it. No. If that's the case, then you shouldn't be the coach if the front office has you by the balls.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm with you.
Like, Jordan Poole is not... I know Jordan Poole has had his moments. He had his moments in Golden State. He is not good right now at basketball. He's just not. And to continue to put him out there and start him is just not fair. It's not fair.
No, I mean, the last...
He's unplayable. He's unfucking
Last
playable.
night, he was 1 for 12 shooting.
Now, again,
1 for
Kispert
12.
was 2 of 11 and Bilal. Hold on. Kispert was 2 and 11. Bilal was 1 for 10. So let's not like pretend like either of them were any good.
Okay, but what I'm saying is that he's...
No, it's horrible.
In the last 6 games, he has games where he put up 4, 3, 0. I mean, this is your starting 2 guard.
Why are we starting him? Then why are we starting
should not.
him? Why?
I'm not.
Then why
I don't
is
make
Keefe doing?
choices.
Why is Keefe like Leonard Hamilton, where he's just starting the exact same lineup every fucking game? How do you have no creativity? You have none. Like, I'm tired of this shit.
I don't tell you. There's no reason to start him.
But you are part of the problem with the moral victory crowd. I hate the moral victory
crowd.
I hate you.
How am I a moral victory? All I'm saying is that the games are
Yes, they play harder. I'll give them that.
The games
yes,
are more watchable because they're closer when the game is over.
But you do agree it is not enjoyable to continue when you see the people on social media and you know who I'm talking about who are like, oh, well, at least we're playing harder and at least we're like, blah, blah, blah. Wins don't matter as much as development. No, you don't want to win 11 games. You don't.
At some point,
that doesn't help you.
At some point, it's helpful to the team to close out a victory with like Bilal and
So what is
Denny.
it good? So what? Yeah. We go 11 wins, then we pick up some dumb shit player. Like we pick up some mediocre player in this draft, which is dog shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then our second, whatever. We pick up these guys, right? And what? We win 20 games next year, and then what? We hope we get Cooper Flag in 2025. What happens if the lottery balls don't go your way?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's where I have a problem with this.
Yeah.
Like, oh, well, you know, the Sixers did, and these teams did it. Yeah, the Sixers also hit on a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
They got a Hall of Famer.
Yep. Well,
and guess what? They still only advanced to the second round.
Yeah. It's really it's really hard to be very good. So
right, but do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I get it. This is going to be a brutal rebuild. But going 12-70 is not a good start. It really isn't.
You really want to avoid crushing Denny's spirit as he's improving.
And that's what you've done. If I'm Denny Avdia, why would Denny Avdia hates his life. I don't care what he says. Denny Avdia hates his life.
Well, at least he
doesn't want to be here.
At least he's getting more run.
But he doesn't want to be here.
Would you want to be here?
No.
At least he's made himself more attractive to be someone who people would want to trade for.
Yeah, I agree there. I'm just saying, I'm tired of the moral victory crowd, and you know what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. It's really annoying.
Oh, yeah.
Because, again, when you're going to lose, like, when you've now lost 7 in a row for, like, the third time this year, plus, you're 9-44,
mm-hmm.
like, I'm sorry, that's not enjoyable. Like, yes, I don't want to win 35 games like we were doing, or 38 games, but I also don't want to be the dregs of society who are being laughed at by everybody in the NBA as well.
Well,
you can't do, like...
I don't take it personally. I have a question. So coming out today it's the Bleacher Report
about Kuzma.
So Kuzma reveals he rejected Mavs trade to stay with Wizards. Why were the Wizards like discussing this with him?
Because I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to show free agents that they actually have the players' best interest at heart.
Okay,
I think that's what they're doing, and I think it's not a bad strategy.
Are you okay with that?
I am. I actually am. It's not. Yes, it's a somewhat of a no trade clause, but also we don't know what the Mavericks were offering. Mm-hmm. It could have been a dog shit offer as well.
Yeah, fair.
So I have no problem with them going to Kuzma and being like, "Look, man, you didn't have to sign here. You knew this was not going to be a great. Like, I'm sure they were being honest. Like, you knew this wasn't going to be a great team, and we appreciate the fact that you
still shows up.
Showed up, right? I think it's good that they ran at Brian because again, if you're like, let's say Tyus Jones. I mean, we think it's probably a likelihood Tyus Jones is going to resign. No, I think he's resigning.
You want to resign him?
I think he's a lock that he's resigning.
Fine.
I think he's a lock.
Okay.
But if you're Tyus Jones, it's like he knows that even though he's on a dog shit team, the Wizards are going to do right by him by going to him and being like, yo, we have a good trade.
Mm-hmm.
Are you good with this? That's why I think it's good. Like, this isn't like the old Wizards regime where it's like nobody – did any player respect the Wizards' old regime? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure nobody did. I think teams like respect – like players will respect and agents will respect
Okay.
that level. I know it's shocking that I'm agreeing with it, but like,
So
of course, Kyle
you're
Kuzma.
saying, I mean, also the team, the Wizards have money to spend.
Not really.
They have a little bit of
Actually,
money
they
to
don't.
spend.
No, they have maybe the mid-level is what I've heard.
Really?
It's not a lot. It's not as much money as you think. No,
Oh,
no, because Poole's contract is bad.
Oh, Poole! I forgot about Poole's
Yeah, don't forget
contract.
Poole. And then you've got like Bagley makes 12.5. Rashawn Holmes makes 12.5. So yeah,
I
you're
like
forgetting
Rashawn
that,
Holmes though.
right, but what I'm saying is you're forgetting that they've taken on like some bad contracts.
Gotcha.
So no, the money now in 2025 they'll have money because Bagley will be off the books. Rashawn Holmes will be off the books. Other guys will be off the books. They'll have money.
And they're
upcoming.
They're also counting on a heavy lift out of Bilal, Denny, and Kispert.
Right, but this upcoming they
money.
don't. Right, but this upcoming they don't have money.
Okay.
Not really.
The next year though.
Yeah, the following year they'll have money. So what were you going to say? I mean,
I was just saying that. So you're right. It's more of a community service project where they try to improve their goodwill. So in a year or two, or maybe someone will come and. Kuzma's not bad. You know, he's a good player.
Kuzma's a fourth. He's a fourth option miscast as a 1. That's what he is. He's a fourth miscast as a 1.
So
that's what it is.
But
I'm not wrong.
And so is Poole.
Right. They're both fourth or fifth options miscast as 1s and 2s.
Yeah.
They're not in the right they're not in the right environment. Like, so people expecting Kyle Kuzma to carry this team are just dumb. He's not going to carry this team to any wins. Like, he's a nice dude. He seems like he does well in the community, which Ted has a hard on for.
Well, the community is hopefully staying where it was.
But you get my point.
Yes.
Like, he has a hard on for the community. He does that, whatever. Like, I don't have a problem. But like, again, my problem is this team. They don't have like I don't know what the goal is. Like, cool, we're gonna get a top 4 pick this year. Like, all right, great. Like, so the goal is to what? So we're going to win 12 games this year, and what are you trying to win next year? 20? And then what? Then you're hoping you get Cooper Flag? Like, because what if you don't get Cooper Flag? That's the problem. With having an NBA draft lottery, it's so difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, if you don't, again, this is such a, that's why I said to you last year. That's why we both fucking said the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
Lose. Last year, when you had a guy like Victor Wembanyama who's getting triple doubles in blocks at 20 fucking years old. The guy is doing stuff that is like out of this world.
Yeah.
But no, we had to try to fucking make the play-in tournament. Do you get why I'm like?
Look,
I'm not trying to be an asshole.
We have Johnny Davis.
What I'm trying to say is I'm not trying to be an asshole like every year. Everyone says, oh, all you ever do is root for the Wizards to lose, root for the Wizards to lose, root for the Wizards to lose. When it's a good draft and you're like clearly not going anywhere, yes, you want the Wizards to lose. Like, it's not a hard concept. So, like, and again, Bilal seems like a nice prospect.
Mm-hmm. It's got potential.
Would you rather have Victor Wembanyama?
Yeah.
Would you rather have the Thompson twins?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you probably would, Jack.
Sure.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like, would you rather have Scoot Henderson?
I hear you. We can't go back in time. We don't have a time machine.
No, but my point
going
is
forward,
that, like,
yes, the draft does appear to have a.
This is the weakest draft in years, and the Wizards pick. This team could fuck up a circle jerk. This team is the dumbest team in the end. It's like they pick the year where it's one of the weakest drafts in history.
Yeah.
To be historically bad. Like, you can't make this shit up anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm sorry if I don't like buy into Winger and Dawkins. Like, great, we got the 27th pick in the draft. Like, he better be better than Gafford.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it can't, So,
well, he's going to be cheaper, and hopefully in this regime they can pick playable players. Which so far the Bilal is playable, whereas Johnny Davis is not.
I agree with you. I am 1,000% in agreement with you. I hope that is the case as well. I'm just sorry if I'm not. My head is. I don't think I'll believe it when I see it.
It's going to be a couple years, but what I don't believe is that your favorite team owner, Ted Leonsis, is upset that people were upset about the Wizards and Capitals' potential move to Virginia, but now legislators from Virginia are sinking his move, and now it's they call key legislator Arena Project absolute no. Senate kills Wizards Caps arena plan in Deadspin. Defector, Ted Leonsis' suburban dreams are drowning in Glenn Youngkin's big fat mouth.
Yeah, good. I mean, not surprising.
Could have happened to a better person.
I mean, Youngkin lied. Again, I don't, Ted's an idiot. Like, all the stuff said that this was a terrible idea. Like, the metro's tight. Apparently the metro's like the size of Grosvenor.
Yeah.
You weren't going to like, how are you going to have 20,000 people for events at a metro the size of Grosvenor?
No.
Imagine Grosvenor. You go to Grosvenor a lot. Can you see 20,000 people doing that?
And
no.
Then they got to drive from there. You know, it's like a mess.
Right. It's just, again, it's an insane, like, this was never going to work. Again, we agree that Cap One is kind of not great. So here's a concept that get Bowser to give some money or whatever and fucking renovate it.
Well, figure
it the fuck out.
Didn't he? You know, he's got his sports book money there. You know, make it a casino sports complex.
I don't know, man. I again, it couldn't happen to a better person. He's a fucking idiot. I hate him. I hope he has a Donald Sterling type situation that we could get him the fuck out of being an NBA owner. I hope the Capitals don't. I don't care. I'm happy his Capitals are sucking because, you know, that's all he gives a shit about. We can, you know, all the people can say, no, he does care about the Wizards. No, he doesn't. His Capitals are probably going to miss the playoffs again. So sorry if I'm not like, I don't like the man. I've said it. I was on the bus 15 years ago saying how much he was a piece of shit. And I was proven right. Yeah. Like, anyone that likes him is an idiot. I'm sorry. Like, he's not a good owner. No. And now with Angelos out and Snyder out, there's nobody there's nobody that rivals him as this. I mean, since he has a fucking monopoly anyway, there's nobody that rivals him as a shittier owner in the area. So people are seeing how much of a scumbag he is and how much he sucks. So, yeah, man, it is what it is. I'm happy. It looks like it's staying.
Well, so far
I'm happy.
Even if they were going to leave, it's 5 years out. I mean, the opportunity to renovate the arena and do some capital redevelopment in the area is perfectly plausible in DC. So,
yeah,
I'd like that better. I know. You know, we're the prototypical suburban Maryland fans who go into the city for the games, but that's been the atmosphere for 20 years. So why would you take that away from us?
Because Ted doesn't care about anybody, but Ted cares about money. That's all Ted cares about. Ted doesn't give a shit about the fans. Ted and his scumbag looking son, you know, Zach Jr., like, he looks like Don Jr., like, he's just a piece of shit. They don't care. Do you think they actually give a shit about the fans? They don't. They care about making money. And I get it, you're a businessman, but that's all you care about. You don't give a fuck about the fans.
I've been to the Abe Poland suite, but never the Ted Leonsis suite. That tells you everything you need to know.
I mean, Ted just sucks, and, you know, like you said, it is what it is. As we're recording this, I'm currently watching my Seminoles play Virginia Tech. My coach has started the same starting lineup for the 18th game in a row, so that's awesome. Yeah, no, you'd think you'd switch it up maybe, but not my coach.
It's okay. Your team's not going anywhere, just like my team.
Oh, I didn't say my team was going anywhere, but guess what the problem is? My coach is locked up for one more year.
But guess what? Your coach will probably be there for one more year. My coach is locked up for like 3 or 4 more years, so it doesn't matter.
That's true. No, I know. I hate
Hamilton.
Hamilton.
Football school. You know, it matters.
You know I hate Hamilton, so it is what it is.
I enjoyed the Hamilton show. I watched it I was on Disney Plus. It was good. Like the music and the dancing.
No, I hate Leonard Hamilton. I hate everything about him. I hate looking at his face.
Well, you got to hate him as a Wizards coach and as a Seminoles coach. So you like really had you've had like 50 years of Leonard Hamilton. How do you feel? Like, he's literally been a coach of one of your teams for your whole life, pretty much.
Not my whole life, but from 2000 on, yes.
That's a long time. That's a long time.
No, I'm aware, man. I'm aware. I just, oh God. And they're not, he's got one more year. Just can't wait, man. Can't fucking wait.
It's okay.
No, It's not okay.
Well, that's been fun. I think that's a show. I think that's good. For Adam, this is Jack. This has been the Adam Gravitz Sports Show. Have a great night.